Hi, I'm Phil, and today we're going to look at how to modify the Python code on the FarmBeats. And this is the native code on the Raspberry Pi for FarmBeats. Now, why would we want to do this? Well, the issue is, we look at this mind map. We'll have a look at the whole project. And the issue is that the cable that I had on my previous version, the TTL to USB cable, is a very poor fit and often becomes loose. So you can see the photos over here. After quite a while, it becomes loose and it becomes quite unreliable. So I'm looking for a better way. And it's interesting that one of the benefits of using Grove electronics is that it has a much more reliable socket. This is a weak link in the whole project. So there must be a better way to do it. And you can see that my hardware layout and where that connection is made. And for the software, I had to learn a bit of Python code and modify it. So I'm looking at how do I write a text file. And in this case, I want to write the last data file. So I just need a tiny bit of Python code, and I have to discover where I can put it in the overall set of programs that Microsoft and Seed have provided. So you can see here where I'm learning a little bit about Python. Now, once I do that, I can continue with my node red because I can access this data and process it instead of processing the data stream that comes out of the USB serial port. And I had two attempts. The first attempt wasn't that successful. I learned a bit incrementally, but it all worked on the second attempt. So the first attempt was I wanted to find out where data streamer was in that set of programs. And I'm going to add another file to the documents folder called the lastData.txt file. And my first issue was I wanted to find out what was the best location for getting access to the file. And in this attempt, I'm modifying the data.python file. And I wasn't quite sure, should I modify this file in the FarmBeats data streamer directory or the FarmBeats for students. So that was one of the other issues to explore that. And here's some of the attempts. The first one you can see up top is my attempt after learning about how to write a file. And the second attempt was a bit of help from my son, Stephen. And to try and probe that, I'm triggering to see if there's anything in that last data file using node red. So here's my node red program to try and intercept and access that data stream. And here's my second attempt, which was much more successful. Using the same hardware, but this time I'm going to look at the main.python file and modify that. After the way to discover which Python program is being executed is to look at the services, and you'll discover there that it's not the Python for students, but the other directory. And here you can see how I've modified the main.python program. So I'm adding a print statement for the data underscore string, and I'm writing that to the lastData.txt file. And that's the file that I want to intercept. So you can I'm still using the same Node-RED program, and we'll have a look at that now. We'll go to the Node-RED program, if we can get access to it. And here you can see that that program is activated all the time. So it's intercepting. If you look at the column on the right, you can see the file has been modified, and I'm using a series of nodes over here that allow me to look at files on the Raspberry Pi, and the one I'm interested in, I'll clear all those, and I'll press the button for looking at that last file. So you can see that I've got full access to the data stream, and I can then, as I'm doing here, publish that with MQTT, and I'm not touching the USB, and I don't need that unreliable TTL to USB cable anymore. Okay, so we might go back to our presentation. And we're actually finished. So I might just finish off with some of the references. And you can see the references that are here. And it's a good learning exercise to walk through and understand the Python code in the Microsoft FarmBeats project. Okay, that's all from now. Goodbye.